Apologize if I sound weird. I'm not feeling well. I'm a little under the weather. Apologize again for not streaming and whatnot. I was not in town. I got back on the Tuesday and I wasn't feeling well and I was extremely tired, so I just took the time to myself. Didn't even go to work today, but please like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell down to the ghost of the 13 months series and get you can stay notified. Traumerei ended that with some edgy. I'm the epitome of evil, so let's see what it's cooking up. See what they're cooking up this week. Because I'm a filthy and evil creature. That monster came out. He's there. Epitome of evil. Boom. Gustang there with the bonk bonk stick. There's that green monster thing. These agonizing souls. His malice is attracting the souls from the battlefield. How horrible. The souls are crying. It is as if what happened that day is being reenacted before my very eyes again. That day. Season 3 passes the family of fragments from Gustang's memory. A few minutes ago on the battlefield outside the hall, the great encounter. Some ships. Okay. Greetings. Hello. What? Hugo? Material girl? What? What? Is this? No. Didn't they say she was relegated to an isolated village before the war started? I don't know. Guess the librarian must have summoned her because of the war situation. Although she's a bit weird, she's a person with great abilities. Okay. That's the librarian. What? Who dares open the door without permission? I am guilty of opening the door without permission, but you are okay with recklessly attacking our allies without permission? Great Librarian Mikkel. Hugo, hit the pole. Yeah, stun his ass. Start flashy. I know you know me. You were defeated on the battlefield and you come here with an annoying face. Yeah, hold on. He hit a post. Jojo off? We posing? We posing? No, you couldn't even complete the task our family leader gave you. Yes, it was a bittersweet defeat, but this core has returned to the battlefield like a salmon. I watched what's Ace Vein. Salmon to the river to eliminate. Oh shoot! Rotten members like you from our family. She's swinging. I expected you to have a good battle since you were a great librarian, but it turns out you were nothing but a simple bastard who just dodges. Hugo, do you realize the implications of attacking a great librarian, one of our family leader's writings? Oh, he's like a Dumas. Ah, I'm well aware of it. It means going against the will of our family leader. In other words, it is betraying our family. And she's like a flashy attack, stab, thrust. But still, how can I not want to slit your throat while watching our family soldiers die because of you? Let's like she's using like a transcendental or something. How can you say this is the life of someone who wears luxury items? And how can you say, nah, bro, she's fabulous. She's actually genuinely fabulous, bro. Like, I gotta save this picture. I need that in my life. And like her blade matches the hair a little bit. Hold on. This is the will of the family leader, the greatest luxury item. Kilk. That's effing BS. You're just talking nonsense. What the hell do you know about the family leader? Hugo, for quite some time now, you've just been a theme. Presumptuous idiot. He's talking about, yeah, okay. What? I don't know exactly what his exact intentions are, but I know that my behaviors and actions were caused by being a part of the family leader, because I am the scripture of perversity. So austerity for Dumas, your perversity. I wonder what Tiara was, if she was anything, of our family leader. Interesting. It is your point of view that is twisted, not that of the family leader. I'm going to correct you. Some straightening. Presumptuous theme. Squirm. Oh! Contortion! Hey! Eh? She dropped. The whole world is crooked and twisted. Don't you think so, Hugo? Don't be ridiculous. You want to see it that way because your point of view is crooked. It is a disgrace to the family that someone like you comes from such an upright person as a family leader. It is you who has the wrong idea. You can't believe it even after seeing it before your eyes. What? Can you see those guys over there, the hordes that suddenly joined this war? Do you know where they came from? From the same place where my father and the 10 family leaders threw away their dignity, from the garbage dump. That's where they came from. Do some of these people hold Gustang's memories because there are scriptures of him? They are worms that were born and grew from the shit left by the 10 family leaders. The family leader Blossom killed them all. Her power gone out of control to destroy the nation that boasted one of the brightest civilizations in the tower, burning and exterminating every living thing there. Not a single creature survived. Crispy! Extra well done! Crunch, crunch, yummy! How are we going to cover this up? No matter how much she leads a family this time, we can't let it go. She must be punished severely. You're not going to cover it up by saying she's married to you, are you? Tell us what to do. That's why I insist a great power definitely needs a device to control it. Gustang, you're different from those unruly family leaders, so they're different. I wonder what family they're from. We must do something about her right now. Look, she was bragging about having great power, but in the end, she just has a personality worse than that of a child. She was bragging like she was an administrator. She knew this would happen. Shut up, says Gustang. That's right. Family leaders need shackles. Now, times have changed. A power capable of bringing disaster requires shackles. You insects, you don't know anything. You look tired, Traumerei. Traumerei? You left the mothership? The matter was so serious that even the news reached me. I came because I thought you might be in trouble. Shall we take a walk? This is fascinating to me. It's hard to deal with those guys, isn't it? They are getting more and more demanding. They fool themselves just because they help us, but they forget that they too are just insignificant creatures. I wish you were as isolated from them as I am. I can't do that so easily, because I'm a person who wants our history to be seen gloriously by future generations of these insignificant creatures. Now, I want you to call them bugs or vermin. That's better than me. Let trifle and insignificant creatures be Traumerei's way of, you know how like Gilgamesh calls you guys mongrels? Not me, because I'm a king, but y'all mongrels? Right. You said you wanted the history and records about us to be written perfectly, right, Gustang? Only then will we be honored by them for many years to come and bring stability to the tower. But no matter how much I think about it, that's impossible. If it is based on solely on facts. What they want will be more and more. Perhaps no one will be able to satisfy their hunger. They cower and scream from the ground at people like us. Why we can't keep flying higher, why we can't be more perfect. Zahar and I think instead of descending close to the ground to hear their screams, we should soar higher and fly above the ceiling out of the reach of their screams. The only way to escape them is to fly higher. Gustang. But you plan to punish Blossom, don't you? Because you can't ignore his screams after all. You can't break the principles you've established, and you might resent and pity the person you are now. The real you inside you is probably crying out right now to get rid of all those empty restrictions and principles to help her. It doesn't make sense to punish our precious Blossom for the words of some insignificant creatures who can't even understand us, does it? May I suggest you a solution, Gustang? What? There is a way to raise the dead and right Blossom's wrong. This is so fascinating to me. Like, Gustang's in a bit of a trance and not sure what to do, and Traumerei's the one giving him advice and lecturing him. Based on what we know of their relationship so far, you wouldn't expect this. At least I didn't. Maybe you guys did. Then your principles will not be broken and our perfection will be preserved. Let me help you, Gustang. This was the solution Traumerei was referring to. According to the opinions of the shamans, the souls and bodies of the currently dead creatures would have dissolved into the Shinsu of the Cape. And that is like the Mako life stream on some Final Fantasy VII type beat. And that no matter how vast the Shinsu was, there was a high probability that it had not yet digested everything, especially if they were human. In other words, their souls and bodies dissolved in the Shinsu had not disintegrated yet. Traumerei was confident he could use his Shinwan Ryu to reunite the souls and their bodies and resurrect them as immortal beings. Although they could only live within his Shinwan Ryu, it is possible that they received the blessings of immortality from the 10 family leaders and were resurrected as new transcendents. If those who protest right now see the resurrection of these immortal warriors, they would no longer be able to argue about it. Because what they want is not mourning for the dead, but doubt and restraint about our power. Normally, I would have dismissed it as nonsense, but in that moment, I wanted to shed light on the woman who was going mad with guilt. Oh shoot, this is Blossom, we can't see her yet. She had spent so much time in dreams that the removal of her emotions were far behind the rest of us. So she feels stronger, she's forgotten less, and we know the Fonsical family is a branch of this, so maybe the sleeping gimmick is really her thing, and she dreams a lot, or reads or sees Shinsu in her sleep. That's fascinating. Well, if you can do it, do it. In the end, I did something I shouldn't have. Traumerei rushing to get the job done. There he is doing it. That Leviathan. But what At that moment, what we saw in that land was not the screams of those returning with glorious strength, but the desperate cry of creatures who were furious and frustrated. Damn. That their final rest had been interrupted. Then I realized this had become my irreparable sin. Okay. The dead humans howled as if their souls had been exchanged with those of beasts, crawling and writhing grotesquely as they struggled to maintain their form. These people could not be called warriors who returned with the power of immortality. Traumerei realized this was wrong, but he did not stop or feel remorse, as if he had known from the beginning that this would happen. It's a pity, were the words he said, and everything in the air vanished. How should I record this disaster? I tried to write. Oh, his quills breaking over and over again, but I couldn't leave anything written down. I wanted to break my hand and throw it away, but in the end, unable to overcome the pain, I chose once again to run away. Coward. At the time, I thought this was the first time, but maybe it was the second. Oh, that's crazy. He doesn't even know how many times he's done this. Because he's smart enough to probably be like, this might not be the first time I've done this. Maybe there's holes in my memories or my history. No, maybe I had already erased countless times. Run away. So I turned to the one who knew how to end this pain. King of the Tower. The king! Zahard. Gustang, what brings you here? You were reluctant to even see my face for a while. You proposed something earlier, didn't you? That we build a giant incinerator in this tower where we could collect all the useless things we wanted to throw away. Well, a hidden space connected to the cracks we found in the tower. In that space, you suggested that we collect all the useless things in this tower and throw them away. Mechanical soldiers, shamans, fundamentalists, useless guides who follow useless paths. Let's lock that space with the key that no one else can have and create a hell where people despair as they watch the red lamps of death on the ceiling blaze and burning garbage. Yes, I called that plan the Red Dump. You were against it. I used to be, but not anymore. That plan, I want to be a part of it. However, what I want to throw away are not just people or machines, it's history. Zahar looks. Well, history is welcome. And we quickly set the Red Dump plan in motion. The ghost of the past that lingered in the tower, mechanical soldiers, shamans, ancient species, and countless other beings were sucked through the cracks in the tower, the entrances to the Red Dump. This looks awesome, by the way. Incredible panel here. Numerous stories associated with the 10 families were deposited there. Facts that I had wished to erase in order to fulfill the glorious history of the family leaders. Having achieved the goal that could not be accomplished by simply erasing memories, I thought I had escaped Sid. Not knowing what Zahar was trying to hide there. Then we made a key to open it. That's a Fitbit. And hid it where no one could find it, where no one could even mention it. Hidden floor. With that, we closed the door to the past. Yo, Hayurin, I see you. Traumerei, Gustang. Who's that? Maybe Zahar? Who's this? Hendo? And ushered in a new era of our own. The tower history began anew, and finally the second ancient era arrived. Having erased even our own memories, there was no trace of our past sins, perhaps, except for what I wrote in my book. Was it to timidly atone for our sins? Did I want to think I was different from them until the end, or did I still have some sense of my intellectual vocation? Did I even know that beforehand my daughter would suffer eternal suffering because of Zahar in the future? Was I also a sinner anyway? The exact motive was not recorded. Perhaps that is my punishment for the ignorance left behind, and that punishment made a fool of me in the most important moment. Father, I now know the truth. And I could no longer. Oh, so you get the pocket, I guess, and gives it to like Garam or Yaram, whatever. Garam later. You suddenly contact me and say that. What are you talking about? I found out what the king had thrown in the garbage can. What garbage can? What do you mean? I don't. Father, you sure you don't know? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Are you saying my father, the greatest intellect in the tower and the recorder of history, really doesn't know what the king threw in the dumpster? Father, the king locked himself in that dumpster. What? Ignorance has become a great punishment for me. Is this related to Karakar, the boss / captain, or the boss and the captain, and maybe Wagnan? We gotta talk, yo. Great chapter. I loved it. The Gustang stuff was interesting. See that we're painting him in a more sympathetic light, but also Traumerei speaking to Gustang on this level. about in that fashion, intriguing. Truly. We're going to talk about it. Yo, what's up, Patreon people? I appreciate you guys as always for the continued support. Or if you're new, shout out to the CBLs, that's the certified BAM lovers. But a bigger shout out to the Priest of Fire, that's Brilliant Gang. They might be the real CBLs. And the biggest shout out to the 5th Zen Gods, the tier 3s. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Johnny Rogers, Big Mon Catan, Lucky Roo, Revenant, Scobe, Simi, Rek Mazzino, Wolf General, Siler Scotty, Big Abdel, Agrona Vitera, Childish Nujabis, Cisco, Gray, and Huey. Your support is greatly appreciated. What's happened to my voice? Thank you.